go.
So
Thank you for coming out! Hello, Raleigh!
Brendan Fraser, everybody!
There's a microphone too? Hey, oh God. Wow, that works.
How's
So
it
what
going?
are we going to talk about?
Okay, let's start from the beginning. How are you, first and foremost? How you doing?
I'm feeling really good. A little sweaty today.
Okay.
My signing hand is only cramped up twice. I'm told it's called a project called Killers of the Flower Moon. And look for it. It should be good. And Darren, I worked with Darren on a film called The Whale, which is going to premiere at Venice Film Festival. We just learned, which is exciting news. That's coming up in September? Yeah, early, in next month. Wow, that's almost on us. So stay tuned for The Whale. Was perfectly cast to be Gotham. It's Glasgow. It's beautiful, gorgeous decay. You know, it's Batman land. You know, like that. Moved really big set pieces around. Dylan Bilal, our directors, they did. Fred, he choreographed it. He had a big stick. You think I'm joking? Repetition, what can I say? And some filter that I personally happen to be missing, wherein I will risk making a complete fool of myself in front of a camera for millions of people to see.
Thank you for that.
Consider it an asset. Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, right behind you. So we're gonna turn you around.
Coming up to our tables and saying hello, and Culver's was the first salt I ever saw, which that was sort of a mind-blowing moment for me. Yeah.
I think for me, it was after season 5, after the show had been canceled, there was a D23 expo, and a friend of mine called me, and I was just about to leave the convention floor, and he's like, Ashley, are you still here? And I was like, yeah, I'm still on the floor. He's like, please come over to the food court right away. And so I go over, and I see him with this fan, with this gentleman that I didn't know. And I walk up, and immediately the fan just gave me a giant hug and started sobbing. And he...
Bring in ketchup and milk. Okay, finish your story.
So anyway, so if you ask for ketchup, then the waiter says, this table asked for ketchup, and everyone in the restaurant has to bring ketchup to that person's table. Well, my husband and I knew this, but Matt and Angela did not. So we got in with all the waiters and everyone in the restaurant. So whenever anyone asked for ketchup, it became a joke. They all sent it to their table the entire night. So they had 20 bottles of ketchup on their table. And so thus started the ketchup wars. And still to this day, people are more on Team Tano, and they bring Matt ketchup to his table. So if you would like to be on Team Tano, you can bring packets of ketchup or
That is
bottles
so not
or
right.
gallons.
You're sending out your call to action to 800 people. It's not fair because Ashley, she's very in with Disney and Orlando and that whole area, and I go back to my hotel room and I'll have bottles of ketchup in my hotel when I'm in Orlando. I did a private signing in Nashville a couple years ago and I show up and there's a massive
It's not ketchup, but it is red.
Yes. You know, I ask myself every day, what would Ahsoka do? And my answer is that Ahsoka would do this to Anakin. Oh, it's way more than 800 people in here.
Only during panels. Yeah, it's my fault. Okay. All right, love you. Talk to you later. Bye. Every single time that happens.
It's like you're connected through the Force. She always knows. But I want to say, Star Wars streams.
All right, Mantra, come up here. Look at all of them and say, hello there.
Hello there.
What's your name? What's your name, Sport?
So this question is for all of you. What is your favorite Star Wars movie out of all of them?
I would say Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I love all of the Jedi training in it. I love everything with Yoda, Luke, and Dagobah.
I think I already sort of said it. I do love Revenge of the Sith. For obvious reasons. Makes sense, right?
And for many years, both of those were my favorites, but now I did a podcast with my buddy Joseph Scrimshaw one day, and we did it all about A New Hope, and I realized it's really what started it all. And I'm also the only one that was alive when it came out. So, I would say A New Hope. It started, yes. So,
it's, wow, there's a lot. But I will say there has never been a show that has created more feels than My Hero Academia. That show, to me, has like the single greatest number, and I think it's for a number of reasons. It's a brand new, fresh show. It's being written by someone who's really current and really modern, and his storytelling is very appropriate for the time we're living in. And also, as I'm getting older, and I have kids myself, I really am putting a lot of thought into what skills I'm passing on to them. And so, when All Might speaks, I think my voice as a father comes out a lot, and when anything ever happens to any kid in that show, it's very profoundly upsetting to me, because when you have a child, this isn't in any medical textbook, but I know that you grow an extra organ in your body. It's invisible and it hurts anytime your children hurt. We're contacted by this person called Mason Lieberman. And Mason Lieberman is a composer. He's does a lot of video game scores, and he's in charge of he's an audio director for video games. And this is an album that came out over the pandemic. So he had contacted all of the voice actors from My Hero Academia, asking if people wanted to participate in this, where they had, these guys, Mason and these guys do a bunch of these different things for different shows, and this was kind of a fun thing to do because they gave us lyrics, they gave us a guide track, and then we recorded ourselves singing different parts of this song that was inspired by My Hero Academia, You Say Run, and it was a very touching thing to do during the pandemic because it was all of the proceeds went to charities and things, and it was a really fun experience, and I would totally do it again.
Thank you. Long live the Empire, down with the Empire, long live the Empire, long live this is the way. Empire, I'm no Jedi. May the Force be with you. I'm no Jedi. Gets shot. Well, long live the Empire, shoots a lot of things. May the Force be with you. Come on over here. He's no good to be dead. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us please welcome to the stage. He is a Critics' Choice Award-winning actor, producer, and director whose body of work includes, but is absolutely not limited to, Do the Right Thing, Homicide, Life on the Street, Far Cry 6, Harley Quinn, Godfather of Harlem, Once Upon a Time, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, The Boys, and The Mandalorian. Galaxycon 2022, please welcome back Giancarlo Esposito. And enjoy the rest of the week. Another round of applause for them.
Hero's journey. It harkens back to George Lucas's friendship with Joseph Campbell. Joseph Campbell is a mythologist. Our stories, our oral storytelling that's been lost in the world today allows us to go on the hero's journey ourselves through our characters visually of what we see in this particular Star Wars incarnation. So it's the hero and heroine's journey that we relate to because we want that journey to be ours. We all want to have that kind of courage. We all want to have, I mean, look, Mando didn't want the baby. He's like, oh, I got to charge with this little child. What happens? He starts to learn from the child. What happens to us as parents? We start to learn through our children. Once something happens and we start to listen to these little children who've been so annoying and so much smarter than us and we have to take care of them all of our lives. And then we start to go, we hear little gems. And we start to get moved by things they say. Because their unjaded and pure nature affect us on a very deep level, and we get risen up by them. When they tell us who we really are. My mother used to say, don't do as I do as I say do. And that was a key. I love my mom, God rest her soul, but it taught me something that now I can't say that to my children because I have 4 daughters who see right through me. Happy accidents happen. I've made great choices in my career that haven't been guided by money or the size of a role. I'm about to receive the Hollywood Critics Association, their Icon Award. And I'm kind of... thank you. A couple of weeks from now. So, I've been trying to process that. Because I still feel like a young actor. I still feel like I'm a plebe. I still feel like I'm learning every day I go to the set. And I think that's the key, because you never stop learning in your life. How does it feel? On the other hand, yeah, it feels great. I have the chance to do my craft every day. I have the chance to, collect a lot of compliments, but more than anything, I can feel your heart and soul. And when people come to me and they tell me that one of my performances really moved them at a very low point in their life, it's the best thing for me because it means that I'm having some kind of effect on another human being that I care about. And it means the world to me. So thank you.
Hello, Starfighter. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Holly. So we all know you're very kind and inspiring. So what steers you to take on the villain role instead of being the hero in the majority of your films?
Thank you, Holly. I'm working through a lot of bad karma. Look, I
some sweet, sweet noise from Miss Larkin, please. Hello, Linda. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
Great, how are you?
Literally, my younger self, I won't say how young, is so jealous of me right now because I'm on stage with you. So, because there's the thing, okay, when it comes to my first girlfriends in life, there was She-Ra, there was Barbie, and there was Princess Jasmine. So, this is kind of important to me. Have you been to Raleigh before?
This is my first time in Raleigh.
Oh my goodness, Raleigh, come on, y'all gotta get some love here.
Ready.
Now I have my answer for what's the worst in life.
Sean and I are going on the road together, actually. But just take over.
Originally, or in the after we did the
seasons.
a year in the for a year in the life, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
I don't like what they did to Rory.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think
Yes.
Can I get a hallelujah? I think you respect Ed Herman, you give him half the first episode to mourn and to go through that process, and then you do 3.5 episodes of a huge wedding. And for me, it was a big missed opportunity to sort of introduce all of those machinations and shenanigans that would have occurred the run up to the everybody behind schedule and screwing up and falling. I mean, it just would have been great. Yeah. And I think the fans really deserve something that was that on the nose, because Amy and Dan don't write things that are on the nose. They go big when you expect them to go small, and vice versa. So that's kind of the beauty of what they do. One of the aspects of what they do that few people do. But
Scott. So a lot of us are romantics here. So when you and Lauren had to figure out how to put the chemistry that you guys have been running around for, seasons, and put that into your episode where you finally define your relationship, how was that for you?
it's just there. There's no work put into that. That's just the two personalities coming together and something ignites, something happens, and it can't be manufactured. It's either there or it's not. You know, one of the great lessons I learned from acting class in New York was we could always tell the guy and the girl that was doing the scene together that slept together, because there was no tension in the scene and we were all like, you know, bored out of our minds. So I'm not really trying to imply anything here, but if there's energy between people, that translates naturally, without any effort, that translates onto the screen. You know, that camera is a truth machine. You can't fool it.
Thank you.